What's going on, guys? This is Brett Snodgrass, and welcome to Freedom Fridays. And I am in Florida right now, enjoying my freedom with my family. And I'm excited to be here today. We're doing a different category for Fridays. So I'm going to be with you for the entire 2021 as we talk about freedom. And I'm really excited about this topic. This is just a topic that's kind of near and dear to my heart. If you've heard some of my story in 2020, it was about March when COVID hit, and I was feeling a little bit weird about different things and just had lost some of the zest, some of the passion for really being in the day to day operations and day to day grind of the simple wholesaling business. That's when it hit me is that I think I need to really let go of the wheel, let go of the reins. And I promoted Brian Snyder to the CEO now of Simple Wholesaling. And now he is running the show. And you'll see his face a lot more than myself, and he's doing an amazing job. So for the last 7 months, I've had what a lot of people would call freedom, and and it's been really, really interesting. And today, I really want to focus on this phrase. It's your freedom is your decision. And instead of focusing on the words freedom and decision, I want to focus on your. Because this isn't about me. This isn't about what I did and how I did it, or what Joe Blow over here and how he did it and what he says is freedom. It's really about you, and it's about how you define freedom. And we use this word a lot, especially as entrepreneurs. We talk about freedom and what is freedom. And honestly, you'll get a lot of different definitions about what freedom is. And that's why it's so important for you to define your own freedom. Many people, define freedom as like if they're physically in jail or physically in prison, they say, I want to be free. I just want to get out of here because I'm physically trapped and I just want to be free. I want to have my freedom. A lot of people are emotionally trapped. They're emotionally in prison. They have so much anxiety in their life, so much stress, so much pressure. And if they could just feel normal and not have everything going on in their mind that was trapping them, then they would be free. And as an entrepreneur, we talk about financial freedom, which we're going to talk a lot about in this section on Freedom Fridays. And that definition, you'll hear a lot of people say, "I want to do what I want, when I want, with whom I want to do it with." So a lot of times we talk about you have to have enough money to do what you want, and then you have to have enough time to do it when you want to do it, and then you have to have your relationships and hang out with the people that you really want to hang out with, and that is that definition, right? But here's the thing: I don't want you to worry about any of that. I want you to define freedom in your own way because it's about your freedom. If you look at social media, you'll see a lot of different posts about other people and how they define freedom. You might see Lamborghinis or mansions on the beach and people, doing crazy things, owning an airplanes and things like that. And maybe that's their freedom. They might not even know what their freedom really is. They just think that that's what our world is telling this what their freedom is. Um, and you'll see other posts about one guy that I know. He said, if I only had $5,000 a month in passive income, I would be free. And I was able to do what I really was meant to do and live out my purpose. And that was his freedom, right? And that freedom is a lot cheaper than what some of these other posts are saying. So I want you to sit down and I want you to start writing out what freedom is to you. How much money do you need to make to really be free? And I want you to really be realistic about it because a lot of people says, "Well, I need to make $1 million a year to be free." And is that really, really true? Like, let's say you have a W-2 job right now and you're making $78,000 a year. Like, if you could replace that $78,000, but really spend your time living out your purpose and living out your calling and doing the things that really make you come alive, would that be free? I think that it would, right? So be realistic about that and start defining what freedom is to you, because it's not about me. It's not about Joe Blow over here with the Lamborghini. It's about you and what your freedom is. The next thing that I want you to really focus on is, once you've defined what your freedom is it is your decision. And so take myself back 2020. It was ultimately just a decision that I made. I decided to get out of my business, decided to hand the reins over to the leadership team in Simple Wholesaling. And that was a decision that I made, right? Well, that's not something that came overnight. I had been talking about and thinking about this for years, right? But ultimately, it starts with a decision. And I know that sounds a little bit cliche, but it really, really does. And it really can be that simple. So once you define what your freedom is, it's up to you to decide. That's the very first step. You have to decide to go after that freedom. And all of your goals should, if this is really what you want, if all of your goals evolve around what is going to get you that freedom. To me, making $1 million a year, netting $1 million a year, wasn't something that I really needed. Honestly, I freedom of time and freedom of stress and sanity was a lot more important to me than making $1 million a year. So, what does it look like for you? Because this isn't about me, this is about you. So sit down and define, what does your freedom look like, and then make your decision. Thank you guys for joining me on this Freedom Friday, and I'll see you guys next week.